Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Millie and I'm the hands or face behind Blink Lettering. I sell lots of different items on my Etsy shop, and I also have an Instagram account where I love sharing videos on a daily basis. So if you're really into calligraphy, whether you want to learn or you just really enjoy someone watching it, make sure you head over there and check that out too. I've got a really exciting video for you guys today. I am going to be doing an unboxing of the Creative Peak Professional Watercolours, and I'll also be doing a review as well. I think these precision brush pens were so great, and because I love them so much, I'm actually working with Creative Peak now, and this is my first sponsored video. I want to be really transparent with you guys and make it really clear when I am working with brands and products, but I want you guys to know that I'd never ever share any products that I didn't think were good. So that's just one thing to start from this. I'll always be clear if I'm ever advertising any products, and as for these I am, but I will be giving my honest review and letting you know what I think and if there's anything that could be better and what really works well with these as well. So just wanted to be completely honest with you guys and let you know that this is a sponsored ad. I will leave all links in the description below for where you can buy any of these pens and watercolours. And yeah, let's jump straight in. By the way, if my voice sounds a little bit weird, I have just come back from snowboarding for a week and it really takes it out of you. So just starting with the outer box, on the front you can see it says Creative Peak Professional Watercolours. It says there's 24 artist grade half pans that are vibrant colours with smooth performance. It also comes with its own refillable water brush pen, which I think is great. It makes it quite a good travel companion if you're on the move anywhere, and I just think water brush pens are so much easier to letter with compared to just a normal brush and water. But if you don't know what one of those is, we'll get round to it when I unbox. There's just some of their contact details on the side, and then on the back there's just a bit of a blurb about the watercolour half pans themselves, and then talking about the brush pen and how you can use it as well, but I'll be taking you through those steps when I'm unboxing this. So let's get this open. So here you can see it actually comes in its own pan, so the half pans aren't loose, and it also creates a nice mixing palette as well. Now I will say I've already used these before because, as I said, I just want to make sure any products I do use I absolutely love. Because I'm doing a proper unboxing video for you guys today, I have got a new set here just so you can really see what it looks like when it's first opened and what you can expect from it. It does say Creative Peak on this side, and you just flip this open like this, and then it's got another flip pan on this side. And here we have all the lovely colours, and as you can see there's 24 of them, and there's a really nice range of colours as well. There's a lot of bright colours, a lot of shades of different blues and pinks and purples. This one here is my absolute favourite, the emerald hue. In here, we have the water brush pen. So if you haven't seen one of these before, the idea is you've got a lid, take that off. You can unscrew the barrel at this end. You fill this up with water, and then when you screw it back on, I can never get these right that way round, and you can give it a bit of a squeeze. Water will come out of this end and wet the brush, which just makes it so much easier to pick up the paint, and then you can transfer it onto your mixing palette. And yeah, I just think it makes it so much easier, and this means because it fits inside, it can make a perfect travel companion, and you can take that away with you. As you can see, there's lots of lovely colours. So we've got white, lemon hue, orange burst, scarlet red, crimson red, plum, fuchsia pink, magenta hue, regal purple, emerald hue, jade, teal, lime green, sap green, forest green, seaweed green, cerulean blue. I have no idea how to say that. Please let me know how you say that. Cobalt blue, indigo hue, burnt sienna, chestnut, burnt umber, dusk grey and ivory black. So there's a really nice mix of colours here. They're all packaged individually, so I'm going to open all of them up now so you can see what they all look like. Whew, that was a bit fiddly. So I've got all of them out now. I unwrapped all of them. They all look so pretty. I will say it was a little bit fiddly to get all of these out, but I guess once you've got them out and you've unwrapped them, then you won't have to do that again. So I think that took me about 10 minutes. I absolutely love all of these colours. They look so pretty, especially this one and this one. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that these two colour combinations are like my favourite. One thing that I would say is it'd be nice to have some sort of like swatch card or something that will remind you of what they're called. Once you've unwrapped all of them, you no longer know what they're all called. So if you did want to like mix and match some of these or only take a few out with you, I think it'd be nice to have some sort of swatch card. I'm actually going to just make my own swatch card. I'm actually going to just make my own swatch card now with all of these colours, and you can see what they look like. Firstly, before I start painting, I need to fill this up. And I'm back. I fill this up with water now. Hopefully you can see that in the barrel. And then I've also just got some paper towel. Paper towel is just really good if you're mixing colours and you just want to get a bit of colour off the brush. I'll just show you now. If I just squeeze this top bit here, can you see it's now dripped water onto here, onto the paper towel? So it just means I can drip some water into these half pans, and then I can bring it over to this side or this side just to bring the pigment of the colour down a little bit so it just flows a little bit more easily on the paper. I'm just going to do a little tighten ups of all of these colours as swatches. Obviously things like the white's probably not going to show up, but I'll still show you how it works on the paper. I'm just using some simple cold pressed watercolour paper today. So here you can see all the swatches for these watercolours. I've done them in left to right and top to bottom in order, so you can have a comparison of how they look in the pan to how they look on the paper. Some of them turned out a bit odd, like this black has gone a bit greeny, but I think it's because I couldn't get some of the green from earlier off my paintbrush. So not really sure what happened there. And this green was quite yellow, and these two are quite similar. But I absolutely love this top row. There's so many beautiful bright colours in. Especially love these range of like teals and turquoises and these brighter pinks and purples. Really like these blues as well. There's some more neutral colours in here like browns and oranges, which probably wouldn't use as much. And there's a nice grey here, which I really like actually. Obviously you can't really see the white, but the white will be there more as a mixer to make any of the colours more pastel. I think these are really pigmented. They're so beautiful and it's so easy to use with this water brush pen. I did refill it again halfway through filming the little swatch test. I think when you're normally using it, you probably wouldn't be using much water. Obviously I was having to change my brush out a lot. I'm really excited to show you how you can letter with these, and some of the things I've been doing is like gradient lettering and like really mixing up the colours. Before I jump into how you can letter with these watercolours, I just want to mix some of the colours together so you can get an idea of what they look like when they blend and what colours work really well together. I've run this under the tap for a little while, and as you can see it's still stained green. However, I've checked on the paper towel and you can see it's clear. I have that with quite a lot of my water brushes, so I always think they're dirty, but they're actually fine and there's nothing to worry about. So I'm just going to pick some random colours. I've cut out my little swatch card, and I think I'll actually keep this in the pan with me, or like in the box or something, just so I've got a bit more of a reference of what the colours look like on paper. So let's do some blues. When you're blending colours, always start with the lightest one. You can see they're already kind of seeping together. I just want to make that line a bit more of a gradient. So I'm just going to go in with my brush. I cleaned it off a little bit just to get rid of some of that dark blue, and then I'll go back in the light blue and bring it over. So you can see those two blues blend really nicely together. I actually love that colour gradient. So let's try some of this pink. And this metal part of the palette is really good. It does have little pans over here. I just kind of like using it anywhere. I'm trying to kind of stick to where the colours might sit. And as you can see on this side, there's some larger pans too. I absolutely love this colour. Look how pretty that is. So that is the magenta hue. It's so nice. And then this is the regal purple I'm just going in with. Just gonna take some of the pigment out. And because these are quite contrasting, they haven't blended as well, but I'm just gonna wipe off my brush and then go in the edge and get a bit more of that pink on it too. And of course, if you don't want to transfer from one colour to the other, you can just use one colour and it will get lighter over time. So if I just pick up this green, I'm going to go in quite pigmented. And then just pick up a bit more water. I have to say, these colours are so bright and they're so pretty. I've used various watercolour palettes in the past, and I found that sometimes, especially the cheaper ones, aren't as pigmented. So I've just popped a bit too much water on the red side there, and I don't think I've put enough on the yellow, so it's just not blended quite as well. So if the colours mix a little bit too much, you can just go really pigmented on each end, and it will just bring out that colour a little bit more. I have noticed it's gone a little bit spirally on the pink, but you can just fix that by going over it. And it smoothed the gradient out a lot more. I don't know what you think, but I'm in love with these colours. They're so pretty, they're so bright, and I love the pan. Like, it's just so easy to use. It'd be nice if perhaps there was a few more of these little mixing palettes, maybe a bit smaller, so they kind of match the same amount as the half pans that you've got as well. But so far, they've been really easy to use, and yeah, I just think they're so bright and colourful. Now, let's try a little bit of lettering with them. Look how pretty this is. This is just my paper towel, and those colours are so bright and beautiful. I actually love that. So I'm just going to start with the obligatory hello, I think. So I'm just bringing some colour over here, just so I don't want my brush to be too wet, so otherwise the text gets a bit blobby. So because the bristles on this brush are quite thin at the end, I don't know if you can see it, just goes to a really sharp point. It means that you can get some really nice thin upstrokes with your lettering. And then you can also add in a little bit more detail for your thick strokes if it goes a bit rough around the edges. But because it's a brush, it means that you can also get those nice thick strokes. Now with a brush this size, I do sometimes struggle to do like the ovals in my lettering. So that's just something to bear in mind if you are using this pen. It's much better for larger letters and less detail as such. If you're writing quite small, you'd probably struggle to use this. Let's just pick a different colour. What haven't we used yet? Let's go in with this grey. The bells are ringing. So I really like how this works. When it's drying, these colours up here work drying really nicely. I think I may have just popped a bit too much water on these words, so I'm just going to try and do some of the lettering a bit more pigmented. So rather than taking it over to this side of the metal, I'm just going to give it a go, just bringing straight out the pan and see how that works. What colour should we go for? So that's actually got a little bit sticky. I'm going to put quite a lot of water in that. And then I will wipe off the excess, but I'm not wiping off too much. And I just want to see if that will bring it up a little bit more. Yes, you can see that's a lot darker. You're not seeing as much of the watery strokes, which I actually quite like. It's really pigmented. Now doing it like this will make it harder to mix colours because I am putting the paint down quite thick. So as you can see where it's quite pigmented, I have lost a little control over the actual brush. So I think I do prefer using it with a bit more water, and you can always build up the colour. Now I'm just gonna blend some of the colours together. So you can see I've had a little play with some of the different colours here, and I've used the dark blue and light blue to make a bit more of a gradient. I feel like I just went in a bit too much with some of the pigment and mixing water here, so it didn't quite work for me. So I'm just going to go through it again. I'm going to pick two different colours that maybe contrast a little bit more, and you can see how I achieve this gradient effect, and I'll take you through that. So here you can see that this pink's dried on this pan, but I can just pick up the colour again. The hardest thing is knowing what to write. What shall I write today? Let's just do the word blend. So probably want a bit more water on my brush. So here you can see the blending of the colours way more obviously than this blue. I really love how these two colours blend together. So that was the magenta hue and the regal purple. I think this palette is great for beginners. It's compact, it's pigmented, it's easy to use. I love the fact that it comes with this water brush. This is something that I use on a regular basis, and it just makes it easy. It means that I don't have to have a pot of water and have to constantly keep changing that. And if I ever need a bit of extra water, I just need to do a little squeeze and it brings the water over to the metal palette for me. I really like the brush, and this palette is great as well. I've already used this watercolour palette before, as I've said, but I haven't actually used all the colours before, and I just think all of these colours are absolutely beautiful. You can see they've really dried nicely over on this swatch card I've made, and also in this gradient. It hasn't gone too blotchy or shown any of the watermarks, and even on the lettering as well. I absolutely love how easy they are to blend, especially using this water brush. It was really clever of Creative Peak to include one of these water brushes into their palette. It just means that this makes it completely transportable. The links for all of these products will be in the description below. I think these are really affordable for anyone who just wants to start out with some watercolour lettering. You get such a huge array of colours, so you don't need to worry too much about having to mix or blend colours, as you've got so many options here already. I think these are about £20 on Amazon at the moment, so not crazy expensive, and especially as they come with a water brush and in this great travel pack, I think that is really good value for money. As you can see, these colours have dried really nicely over on my swatch card, and also in this gradient blending and on my lettering as well. If you do buy these and you want to share on Instagram the things you're creating, then you can tag Creative Peak Store. You can also tag Blink Lettering as well, as I'd love to see what you guys can create. This product gets a big thumbs up from me. I think they're really good. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button if you want to see more videos from me. If there's any other products you'd love me to test and unbox, or any techniques you'd love to see from me, then leave in the comment below any videos you'd like to see. And thank you for watching. Bye!